What are you laughing at, mate?
I just remembered a joke that I heard yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you want to share it with the audience?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I like jokes. Right. We are back.
We are
Time
back.
is of the essence today because we have a very special, exciting episode. So I'm going to break it down to you. I've
Okay,
got a
I'm
bit of a
listening.
surprise for you. You don't know what's in store, but
Not
you're
another
about
one.
to find out what's in store and you can like it. I know that you're going to like it. So we're back. It is the live cold calling show, an hour of live cold calling. So today we have a special guest. So let me explain the rules for anybody that hasn't watched this before or doesn't know what's going on. So we've got a special guest. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they sell. They're going to come on. They're going to tell us the problem they solve. They're going to tell
Right.
us some of the people that we're going to be speaking to. We've got
Okay.
until 10 past 3 to write a script, and then we're going live, dial in, and we're going to try and book a meeting for their product.
Surely not.
Does that make you feel nervous?
Incredibly. It's never been done before. Oh,
It's never
wait.
been done before. It has been done before. Let's see what happens. So let's bring back our sponsor of this episode and our good friend from OpenBox, Dylan Smith. Dylan,
Dylan.
How's it going, guys?
Welcome back. It's going
How
good,
are
man.
you?
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
No
I'm
worries,
excited.
no worries.
Not sure if you guys
So-
want me to queue up the guest or you guys take it away.
Well, just before we bring on our guest, I just want you to explain to some of the audience what we've been doing in the background. So you've been responsible for the guest and for the data set. So talk me through some of the data that we're going to be calling and some of the bits that we're going to be doing.
You're queuing me up. I love it. So at OpenBox, just a little bit of background. We help sales teams increase their conversion rates by prioritizing the right accounts. So what right accounts means is those are surfaced by going into niche buying signals that are a little deeper than your average firmographics like headcount industry and can be completely custom to what you know makes a good customer. And so for this guest, we've gone and pulled a few data points on some accounts that are good for them. And we're putting this list in front of Zach and Jack with some numbers enriched by, I believe, another sponsor of the show.
There we go.
Yeah, we have numbers from Cognizant, so thank you guys. And
Yes.
I'm very excited today because we're going to have guys from the UK calling into the American healthcare system. So
Wow.
it's going to be interesting.
No pressure.
Okay, let's go. Should we bring on our guest, Dylan?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. It's Rachel Brown from Titan Intake, which is who knows. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. What made you want to take part in this crazy cold calling experiment?
As any founder should, I am doing a lot of cold calling myself and am always looking for ways to improve and learn more. And obviously, it takes a village to accomplish what we want with sales. So I'm excited to have you guys on the phones this morning.
Nice.
Beautiful. Well, we're looking forward to it. So we've got about 6-7 minutes, Rachel. You've got to break down what problems do you solve. So imagine I'm a stupid 5-year-old child. Give it to me as simply as you can. What problems do you solve?
Well, if you're a patient in the US healthcare system and you go to your primary care physician and you need to go see a specialist, what they're probably going to do is send a fax, yes, a fax, to a specialist, whether they're an orthopedist, cardiologist, oncologist, whatever ologist. And in that specialty practice, they have a whole team of people that are just intercepting faxes, direct messages, secure emails. They've got portals they have to log into. They've got like 6 different ways that they're taking in referrals. And especially when they're faxed, they're essentially having to read through PDFs and type all of this information over into their electronic medical record, their EMR system. It's super time consuming. These clinics can be fielding hundreds of referrals every single day. They can take 10 to 15 minutes a referral to process, and there ends up being this huge backlog. So patients end up waiting. You go home from your primary care appointment and you sit and you wait for days, sometimes weeks, and hope for an unknown number to call you. And on top of that, these specialty clinics just have no line of sight into what's happening with referrals. There's no data to track unless someone is literally in a spreadsheet or on a sticky note tallying up and measuring where referrals come from, how many there are, how many convert to appointments. Backlog. There's a lot of time wasted in the backlog, and Titan solves those problems.
Okay. Now, not only are we cold calling something we've never heard of before, me and Zach aren't really up to date with the American health system. So this is going to be lots of fun. So just break them down in 3 bullet points. The 3 biggest problems that you would say that you solve. What would scream out? So I'm thinking fed up of manually typing up patients' notes, which leads to large amounts of time wasted. Give me another.
Yeah, it's a lack of insight and information on the referral process, which is really their revenue stream, if you think about it in the business sense.
Information into the referral scheme. They're going to know what I mean by the referral scheme, aren't they?
I wouldn't use scheme, but just the referral intake process.
The referral.
What would you class the people we're calling as? Because healthcare in the UK is very simple.
Sure, most of the folks are either in kind of one of 2 buckets. They're in the operating side of healthcare, or they're in the technology side of healthcare. So either IT teams, people that are having to manage fax inboxes, they're having to manage any technology that's coming into the healthcare system. Automation is certainly a big topic. People are looking for ways to drive efficiency. The roles, these kind of patient intake roles, are very high turnover. So they deal with just a lot of issues with having to maintain enough capacity, and it creates a bottleneck for the rest of their practice, for the rest of their system.
Okay. And if I have these problems, how do I notice it day to day? What sort of things am I noticing and feeling?
Yeah, you'll notice that your team is stressed out. You have a backlog of patients, so there's just sometimes hundreds of patients that you aren't able to reach in a given day, and that is affecting the schedules for your providers and the insight and information you have to make decisions for the practice.
Okay. Cool.
And this is a piece of software that solves all those problems.
Yes.
AI or just?
Yes, AI is the underlying tool.
Okay. I've got 3 minutes to go. I feel like I'd rather dive into the deep end. I think I've got something. We don't know if it's going to work, but I think that this is a great example of how we dive into a conversation and see what happens. Do you have any more questions, Zach?
No, I'm just rattling something together.
Okay. I think I've got it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think this is the power of the phone. Dive in and we can get feedback as we go along. So they're fed up eternally, backlog of patients, team are stressed out, they're not reaching enough clients, decisions being made slower. We just want to focus on the pain points and see if we can get them talking about one of those pain points. Now, it is America, so I am going to look at using a different opener. I'm probably going to go for something a little bit softer. So like something like Dylan. I appreciate we've never spoken before. I guess, can I run through in 30 seconds why I've chosen to call you? And if it's not relevant, we can leave it there. And I'm hoping somebody's going to say, oh, my days, yes. I hope it's about a piece of software that helps client intake.
Patient intake.
Patient intake. Okay. Are you ready for it? I'm going to hit the dial button. And no, I don't need to know that. Let's see. Can you hear that?
I heard the little chirper.
The little chirper. This is the bit. This is the cold calling bit where your stomach starts to go funny. The butterflies are dancing up and down. We're using Nooks, so it's very quick. I'm ready. I'm will. Oh, that's not Michelle, is it?
Wow. Have another one.
I'll have another one on the house. Okay, no answer. Here we go. This is really exciting. People are saying it's exciting. If you think this is exciting, you're nuts. Okay, I'm back in dialing. Here we go. If you're in the comments, let us know. Let us know that you're hoping to see us fail and want to see us get rejected. I do find when dialing America that the connection rates are lower. I don't know if that's because it's 7 in the morning and people are still having their cornflakes.
Other flakes are available.
Other
I
flakes.
think that's an important distinction.
I started watching that film on Netflix the other night about Jerry Seinfeld and the story of Pop-Tarts. Don't know if that's one that you've watched yet.
Excellent.
It's really good. It's very slow today.
Jack's coming in with the excuses. Already George has spotted something. He spotted a trend.
I'm dialing. I'm here. I'm dialing. Zach, talk me through your process when it came to writing your script. What were you thinking?
Simplicity is the key to brilliance, as Bruce Lee said.
So I like to make it as complex as possible. I like when I'm talking about things for the first time, I like to think, how can I make this really complicated for the person on the other end of the phone?
Why?
I just think it's fun. People saying, when people say, do you even know what you're talking about? That's what really fills me with confidence in myself.
That's the bit you say. There is no me.
There is no me. There is no self. We're whistling through the numbers. We are getting there. Don't worry.
Okay.
This is just the game of cold calling, I guess. I'm hoping to see all of your dreams come true. Dorian, that's so lovely.
Wow. Dorian small man.
How small?
Subjective, isn't it?
It's very subjective. Right, I'm sat here. I've got the parallel dialer going 3 to the dozen. I think when we swap over, I might get it on the 5. I can see.
Mine's on the 5. Mine's ready to go on the 5. I'm not
You're
messing
ready
about
to go.
today.
You're not messing around. So I'm seeing a lot of voicemails. I don't know if it's just too early, but maybe in half an hour people will start picking up. But there's definitely got to be a pickup in here. Barry, please leave your message. This would be a brilliant episode of the live cold calling show, wouldn't it be? If we didn't get one pickup.
Anyone.
I know. What would we do if we hammer through all this data by half past and there's no pickups? Oh, that's not Crystal, is it? Hello? Hello, Crystal? Hello, Crystal? Hello, Crystal? Crystal, are you there? You're live on Channel 4. Crystal wasn't there.
Not very clear.
No, not crystal clear at all. Right, we're going to the 5. We're ramping it up a little bit.
Okay, I like it. Give us some motivation, Jack. You started your days dialing. Perhaps you've not got the quicker result that you were hoping for. What do you start telling yourself when this happens?
There is no self. There can't be a story. I know that I just need to sit here, and I know that something will happen because I've stacked the odds in my favor. I've got a big.
Hello?
Oh, hi. That's not Mark, is it?
Hello?
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 Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Right, I'll go, Jack. Shall I? You've obviously set yours up cleverly again.
You go, and I'll try and work this out.
Okay.
Very
You're
quickly.
going to share me?
Yeah, there you go. You're live. You've got this. You're going to do something
I
crazy
just
now.
knew you'd have set something up. Muting your
Mate,
thing every time someone answers.
It felt like that, wasn't it? And I might have just seen a button that says your mic's not connected, but I didn't.
My back's got very strong from doing this show. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Right. Right. I think I'm ready to go again now. I think the
Oh, that's not Jill, is it?
Pardon?
Is that Jill?
I'm sorry, who are you looking for?
I was looking for Jill. Have I got the wrong number?
Yes, this is not Jill.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Pardon?
No problem. Thank you. So normally I would say the company name there. Do you work for X company? But we can't say that. So
legally no.
Legally, I can't say that. Okay, right. So that might have been right company, wrong person.
Let's
carry on.
I think if we get people, let's just be like, it's not Jill that works in healthcare. That could be a good place to go.
Okay. I'm going again.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys.
I had a much better, like, much faster connection rate than you. I don't know if I'm doing something different than you.
My mic wasn't connected to the dial.
Are you winding me up?
So everybody that picked up.
Hello, is that Jean Marie?
Yes.
Oh, hello. I'll be very honest. My name is Zach. We don't know each other. Could I fly through why I've called, and if it's not relevant, I won't bother you again?
Get to the point. I get so many sales calls. Who is this?
I bet you do. Okay. Well, I'll fly through it. So we're typically brought in by healthcare professionals who are looking to improve client intake when they're referring patients onto specialists.
I'm not interested. Good.
Nice. We like Americans.
We love Americans. Right. I think I'm ready to go again.
Okay.
She was lovely to you, wasn't she?
She was nice to me.
Yeah. Why do you think she was so nice?
You know what I think? I've been to America a few times, right? And when you go out and eat in America, people are so nice to you. But obviously, I can't tip people on a cold call, can I?
You can. You just at
You
the
know
end,
what I mean?
P.S. Don't eat yellow snow. Okay, this is it. My headset's connected. Parallel dialer onto 5. I'm ready. I want to get a bollocking as hard as you got a bollocking then. Get to the point. Get to the point. And that's what people think of salespeople. That's where the respect is.
And they're right. I'm scum. I'm a terrible person.
We're dialing through.
I'm not as bad as you, the founder of Friendship.
Why has nobody asked me about the founder of Friendship? Oh, that's not Blake, is it?
I'm sorry, he's in another meeting. Can I take a message?
Oh, no, could you just tell him it's Jack? Thank you.
Thank you, will do.
They love. Why do they love doing that to me? From like a gatekeeper, I'm going to go again. From a gatekeeper standpoint, they just love just being like, that's a gatekeeper tactic that sometimes works. Bang! There's no messing around.
I'll let him know. Thank you.
Thank you. And just straight down. I could have been his wife for all she knew.
Excuse me?
You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now might be a good time to use one of my fancy banners while it's
Cold calling's dead. Remember, you'll die. Cold calling's dead.
Well, that's not William, is it?
This is Bill or William.
Yeah, hi Bill. I'll be honest with you. We don't know each other. We've never spoken before. I guess, can I run through in 30 seconds why I've chosen to call you? And if it's not relevant by the end, you can hang back up on me. Is that fair?
Sure.
Brilliant. So Bill, I'm typically welcomed in by people in the healthcare industry, by VPs, and if they're honest, they might be struggling with one of the following problems. So they're fed up of manually typing up patients' notes, which leads to large amounts of time wasted. It could be a lack of insight and information into the referral intake process, leaving you in the dark a lot of the times. Or finally, you're using outdated systems that aren't even talking to each other, which leads to a lack of communication. Bill, I've got a feeling this is the part where you tell me none of those problems exist and everything's perfect in your world.
I won't say everything's perfect, but I don't have a lot of responsibility in areas that those problems manifest themselves.
Okay, no, that's absolutely fair. I thought that you might not, but I thought I'd just be brave and call you anyway. I guess out the three I mentioned to you, was there one that stood out to you the most?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, so it sounds like you're comfortably living in 2024, and when it comes to patient intake, everything's automated. It's very quick. There's no backlog of patients. Nobody's stressed out.
Well, I'm sure there is in the areas that have that responsibility in their tent, but I don't in government finance.
Sure. I thought that might be the case. Okay. How would I guess that look like in your world then?
I don't have a lot of interaction with patients or patient intake or anything of that nature.
Okay.
Who would you recommend?
And then I guess who would you say would be the best person to talk to about this?
Probably somebody in our patient access area.
Patient access. Yeah. I thought so. And if I was to go over to patient access and I was to say these problems, what do you think they might say to me?
Don't know. I hadn't said them to anybody in a while.
Oh, so they just make you work from home, Bill? They don't talk to you anymore?
Pretty much.
It's not fair, is it? It's just not fair. We need to get you back in the office. We need to get you talking to people again. Okay. Okay. And is there any information that you'd be able to help me with that will make my life easier when it comes to solving these problems for your company?
I'd probably give you the name of a contact. I can give you a name, but I don't have his phone number.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
To me right now.
You could give me his name.
Lonnie Seek, K.
Sure. Okay. And would you feel comfortable for me to say that, hey, listen, I spoke to Bill. He told me he was lonely. You guys have got to catch up soon and to see if he had any of the problems?
Sure.
Amazing. Bill, you've been an absolute dream and a delight. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Take care.
You too.
Bye, Bill.
You earned your title there, Jack. Founder of Friendship.
You made a friend.
That's why I'm the founder of Friendship. He was lovely, wasn't he?
He was lovely. He was lovely.
Good old Bill. So now, obviously, we're on a
old Bill.
The old Bill. We're using Nooks, but if I wasn't on Nooks, basically what I'll do is I'll pass that over to you, Rachel. You can find the right person. And now we can reference, listen, I've had a conversation with Bill. He told me you'd be the best. And then we're into a bit of a conversation. It doesn't mean that someone's going to buy or have the problems, but we're one step closer. What boat can't you sink, Zach?
A friendship.
Absolutely. Are you ready to dial?
Ready as I'll ever be. I need to recover from the PTSD that I had before.
I really hope you get bollocked again.
You like it when that happens to me, don't you?
Yeah, because you like it when it happens to me. No, I don't want you to suffer. I just want to see you humiliated in front of 500 people live on LinkedIn. And that's the difference.
We've got Pearl Jam playing in the office.
What song?
Even Flow.
Wow. Are you dialing?
I'm dialing. Can you not hear anything?
Can't hear anything.
Share my screen again.
There you go. I heard something there.
Okay,
let's get you back in.
You hear that?
I hear that. Amen, sister.
Cold calling's dead. Remember, you'll die. Where's my 50 quid? Oh, hello. That's not Scott, is it?
Who am I speaking to?
Oh, Scott, my name's Zach. We don't know each other. Could I fly through in 30 seconds why I've called you? And if it's not relevant, I won't bother you again. That's a no.
That's a no. It's just one of those days. You're
It's
just
all about
polite,
he
though.
says, she says. Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to start singing.
No. I do
No.
like that one, though. I once knew a guy that claimed that he wrote that song.
What?
Yeah. And you also know that guy.
What, Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to carry on. Hello, is that Barbara?
Good morning. Yes, this is Barb.
Oh, good morning, Bob. I'll be honest, my name is Zach. We've never spoken before. Could I fly through in 30 seconds why I've called? If it's not relevant, I'll never bother you again. Does that sound fair?
It depends on what you're calling about. I'm actually on my way into the office.
Okay, it was work related. I'll fly through it, and if it's not relevant, I won't bother you again. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. So typically we get brought in by professionals in the healthcare space who are looking at ways of improving client intake when they're referring patients on to specialists. So they've noticed the way they do things at the minute is sometimes on fax or very manual. And because of that, there's a backlog of patient requests for referrals, and it feels like it's never ending. They're starting to notice that it's causing some stress in the team, and they're looking at ways of fixing that. But I've got a feeling this is where you tell me you're firmly in 2024 and life is stress-free.
I don't understand what you're getting at.
Did any of that make sense?
It does. Yeah, I understand referrals and such, but what's your product? What are you selling?
Well, I've got a piece of AI that basically solves that problem for businesses that are doing things manually at the minute. But I thought I'd be brave and ring you up. I don't know. You might not be one of the people who's doing this manually. You might already have something in place.
We do have manual processes right now, but we're actually working through a number of different technology reinvestments with our company right now. So I'm not looking to add another item until I work with the team with what we're going to introduce next. I
see. Okay. So so it sounds like you're looking at technology across the business now. And is this one of the things that you're looking to solve, this client intake piece?
Our bigger thing right now is EMR and scheduling. So yeah, we're working with a number of different companies right now and trying to get some products launched this year. So as of right now, I'm not looking to add anybody in to keep the team moving in the right direction with what we have on our strategic goals.
I see. Okay. So the EMR piece, that's kind of the project at the minute. And then the client intake piece, is that because it's just not stressful at the minute? There's some manual processes, but it works okay.
I didn't say it wasn't stressful. It's definitely stressful, but it's part of the bigger picture of how do we get the patient to do more electronically for us on the intake. And so, yeah, that's a bigger part of the picture, but we've got a much bigger ocean to swim in before we start adding in the accessories.
Okay. Can I ask one last question before I let you go?
Yes.
If we were looking to be considered as a piece of technology that you might use for that piece, in terms of electronic digitizing that process, what would you suggest that I do?
Well, first off, we have to determine how big of a problem it is for our company before we even head down that pathway. And we won't know how big of an issue it is until we get an EMR and we're able to do some more data analytics.
Right. Okay. Oh, right.
So,
very early.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I say bigger picture, we're looking at much bigger picture. We've had rapid growth. We went through a merger through COVID, and we're working on different systems within two different divisions. And right now we're just looking on consolidation. How do we rebuild our foundation before focusing on the bigger rocks before the little rocks get added in. So
Makes sense.
that's really the gist of it. We need to get some more data analytics going to figure out what will we need after we get a new EMR up and running.
Got you. Okay, so we're still in kind of a strategy phase, trying to find out what the direct problem. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. We're in strategy and implementation. We're building the plane as it's flying right now. So
that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay. How long?
Anyway, so for future and trying to get in, I guess my feedback for you is when you're making these calls, like, just go straight to the point. We are an AI team. This is what we do. Boom. Because initially you had me at AI, like, okay, this is something that we're going to be interested in. But the beginning of the call, you lost me with the vagueness of it. And with time being so precious with executives and folks, like, go right to the meat and potatoes about your company.
That's really good advice.
That would be my suggestion for how you capture. Whoa.
Okay.
Car sweeping over into my lane. Hank, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm in a turn lane and there was a car who swerved over into my lane.
Oh God.
Head on.
You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm on a really busy road right now, and I'm in the, when you have those middle turn lanes?
Yeah.
I was in the middle turn lane and somebody started weaving over and I didn't have anywhere to move. So I was like, whoa, hang on a second, get off the phone.
Gosh, that's
the other driver.
It's not a good start to the day.
Anyway, so anyhow, so yeah, that would be my suggestion is when you first call, just say, hey, we're a company that specializes in AI. And if you're having any issues with your intake forms and if a patient's going to need a referral, then our system can help you move through that, automate it to reduce manual processes with man hours. And you kind of alluded to that briefly.
Yeah, exactly. So you're looking to get clients to work a bit harder on the client intake side of things and digitize things, but you're just not at a place yet where you can look at anything.
No, not that. We have a number of, again, like I said, number of different priorities, and EMR and some of our other hot button areas, so to speak, is what's capturing our attention. And then, of course, just getting our technology and IT foundation beefed up post-merger.
Okay, that makes sense. If I was to get back in touch, what would you say is a reasonable timeline?
Gosh, this is going to sound ridiculous when I tell you this, but maybe in a year.
A year? Wow. Okay.
We're between CEOs right now as well, so we're in a rebuild phase.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, I know these things take time. Okay, right. Well, I will. I'll reach back out in a year, and I'll remember you said you had me at AI. That's the next generation of love song. No more. You had me at hello. You had me at AI.
You had me at hello. You had me at hey. What is the name of your company?
The company is called Titan Intake. I don't know if you've heard of us before.
I have not. Tyson Intake.
Titan,
okay.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been around?
We've been around for 2 years, so AI is quite a new thing. It's able to solve some pretty scary problems. So we're one of the people who's putting our hat in the ring for healthcare, and we think we've come up with something pretty cool. But I suppose it sounds like a year down the line, I might be able to show you something.
Yeah. How many practices do you guys have?
How many practices do we have?
How many practices are you contracted with?
20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
All orthopedics or a variety of practices?
Yeah, there's a real variety, and that's the thing with AI. It's quite adaptive. It feels like there might be a reason you're asking me.
Oh, I'm just curious. Just anytime a new company calls and they want to sell us their business, I kind of want to get a sense of how stable they are, how long they've been around. Are they owned by PE? Are you going to sell off? How difficult is it going to be for us as a company to work with a company that's newer versus established? Do you have experience with larger practices?
Yeah, sounds like you've been stung in the past.
What type of practices do you work with? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay, so you've been stung in the past, so we've got to be careful with this. Okay. So you think best next steps? I call back in a year. I do my best to remind you that we had this conversation.
Yes. Yeah, I'll remember you. I'll remember Tyson. Yeah, I'll remember Tyson.
Okay.
Tyson intake. Unless you sell in the interim and a different company acquires you, but I'll remember Tyson.
The only person I'm selling to is you.
Oh. Are you the owner?
I'm not the owner. I'm just the salesperson. I'm putting on a British accent today just to see if people think it's good. I'm actually from California.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I wouldn't say you're just a salesperson because you're the person who's trying to get revenue in the door. So
I'm trying.
Right. Yeah.
I don't suppose you know anyone else who this might be relevant for.
You know where the majority of referrals typically come from primary care practices. In the orthopedic space, we do not typically refer out very often unless it's something very special. Like we'll refer within our own practice if, for instance, if somebody's in with a knee and a hip issue, but then they tell the doctor, hey, I've got a shoulder thing going on, then our doctor will say, you know what? We've got a shoulder guy here or lady who can see you. Let's see if we can get you in to see them. And so there's an internal referral, but most often referrals are coming from the outside in to our practice. So for referrals and that piece, I think your space would be to focus on your primary care practices because they are the ones who are typically referring out to the specialists.
That's been really helpful. Okay. How can I ever repay you?
You can't. Just thank you for being patient with me because I get a lot of cold calls, and so you're lucky I picked up this morning because I came from the 415 area code and I have relatives in the area, in the Bay Area. So I thought, oh, is this a relative call coming through? And so thank you for being patient with me with my short answers.
No problem at all. I'm sorry to have disappointed, and have a really good day. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How does he do it? How beautiful was that?
Brilliant.
And you had me at AI. Get to the point. 1 second. Let me explain what a lane is.
Do you know how common that is when people say, here we are still talking after all this time, but your opener didn't work. Like, but we're still talking. Did it not?
Well done. Well done. It was so good. So much value in that.
Are we butchering this, Rachel? You can be honest.
No, I think that was generally good. I think that towards the end, it seemed clear that she didn't quite understand that Titan actually is automating the inbound referrals. We don't have anything to do with outbound referrals. This is so that all of those primary cares can send their referral the way they always have done it, but at the specialty side, they capture the value of automating whatever format comes in, all of that data entry. It is kind of hard when we catch someone that's doing an EMR switch. That does tend to be kind of like a early roadblock for us. So
there's nothing we can do alongside that. That's got to happen first.
It's difficult to convince them otherwise. We think there would be value in it, but they don't. Typically, it kind of takes up their entire capacity.
Okay.
Guys, think about the EMR. Like we're trying to sell these guys a parallel dialer, and they just said they're doing a CRM switch, so they need to get their Salesforce figured out before we can sell them. Right.
Great analogy.
Oh, Dylan, not just a pretty face, are you?
I'm glad he's here.
Right, Jack, over to you, sir. I've got to do something.
I've got to do something special, haven't I? After that,
I thought you were from Norfolk.
I just thought that was so beautiful. I just think it's amazing. You really got her. And I liked when she nearly killed herself driving for you. Okay. I'm going to sell Titan intake.
How did she not respond when I said I'm putting on a British accent today? I'm actually from California. She was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It doesn't make any sense.
You're an aspiring actor. I don't know.
I like when people say the Bay Area. I think that's so cool. Imagine if you were saying I'm from the Fleetwood area. It's not cool, is it?
Some obscure part of
This is
England.
Andrea speaking. How can I help you?
Oh, I've not come through to Jashanton, have I?
I'm sorry.
Jashanton?
Which department are you looking for?
COO. Jashanton.
Hold 1 second. And you're calling Bryn Mawr Hospital?
Yeah.
Hold 1 second for me, please.
No worries.
And equity.
Operator Nicole speaking.
Jashanton's not in today, are they?
I'm sorry.
Jashanton. JESHAHNTON. Jashanton?
Okay, is this a patient? The doctor?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. The COO. Jashanton.
Sir, is this a patient that you're looking for? A doctor?
In between the COO. Okay. I'll try back another time. Thank you.
Maybe do another one, Jack.
You can't just give me was I saying that name right?
Jashanton.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think we got an operator at the hospital. They were trying to connect you with
Yeah.
the patient. They're like, "Who are you looking for?"
Jashanton. Never heard that before. Okay. Here we go. I always get set up on these calls, don't I? Even when I don't prepare the data, you get to talk to Barb, who's on her way down the coast.
Yeah, no, Barb wasn't easy.
No, she
She was
wasn't.
barbed wire for the first part of the call before she
It was
became
very good.
Barbara.
From oh wow, I can see the YouTube thumbnail now. From barbed wire to Barbara.
Are you doing another one, or do you want me to do it?
No, it's darling. It's darling, mate. Don't. Hey. Oh. Sit down. Jashanton.
How can I help you?
Oh, that's not Angela, is it?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I've not come through to Angela, have I?
No, sir.
Oh, Angela, she's not available, is she?
No, sir. I'm not even sure who that is. Do they work at the hospital?
Yeah, they do. They do. No worries. I'll try back another time. Thank you so much.
Okay.
On to the next. Here we go.
Some really helpful people on reception, like lovely voices.
Yeah.
I can't help you with that, sir.
No, sir. I remember when I went through customs in New York airport, and they looked at me and went, Jack David Frimston, you got your C1, you got your D1, you got your B1. Go on in. Enjoy New York.
Wow. See, I came in at LAX and didn't get treated like that at all.
No,
I got
I'm
treated
sure
like a criminal.
You know the story, don't you, though? Me and Zoe were walking in line. They like make you line up, so it's like Noah's Ark walking 2 by 2.
Wow, what's your son called?
Noah. And this police officer's there, and they go like that. They go, step down. Now, what does step down mean? So I step back, and then she goes, no, step down. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And she's going, step down, sir. I start getting on my knees. I thought that's when they meant down.
Sure, but they're going to shoot you. Come on, mate. You've heard. It's not that bad. You watch too many films.
I know. Chick-fil-A. Styling. We've got 15 minutes. I've definitely got.
I think I've got another Barb in there.
That's not fair. You don't deserve Barb. She's too good for you. You had me at AI. Just scroll.
The person you call has a voicemail.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was very good.
The modern love story. You had me at AI.
What did she say? She said something like the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Is that a staple dish in America, Dylan? Oh, that's not anise, is it?
I'm sorry?
That's not anise, is it?
And who's this?
Yeah, Anna, I'll be very honest with you because we've never spoken before. My name's Jack. I guess, can I run through in 30 seconds why I've chosen to call you? And if it's not relevant, we can leave it there. Is that fair?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Well, we haven't spoken before. I'm calling you out of the blue. I guess could I just run through in 30 seconds quickly why I've chosen to call you?
Sure, go ahead.
Amazing. So I'm typically welcomed in by professionals in the healthcare environment, and they're working with patients and support services. If they're honest, they might be struggling with one of the following problems. So they're fed up of manually typing up patients' notes, which leads to large amounts of time wasted. There's a lack of insight and information into the referral intake process, leaving you and others in the dark. Or finally, you're using outdated systems that aren't talking to each other, which lead to a lack of communication. I have a feeling this is the part where you tell me none of that exists and everything's perfect.
To be honest, nothing is perfect in healthcare, especially in this country. But what we have set up at the place I work at Carti, it's working. I wouldn't say it's working great, but it's working. And so as far as manually typing in notes, our physicians use the Dragon, and so they dictate those notes. As far as referrals, we use Salesforce, and so Salesforce is very user friendly, and we're able to track that. And then, as far as what was your third one?
So just lots of different
HL7
systems.
messaging.
Yeah, so like fax machines, outdated systems, things not talking to each other.
Yeah, our systems talk to each other. Thankfully, sometimes there's glitches in that, but we're pretty set up with that as well. And what was your name?
My name's Jack. My name's Jack.
Okay, Jack.
You said working, but not working great.
Yeah, I mean, there's just we have 4 different EMRs, electronic medical records, here at the facility because we have different service lines. And so some of them don't talk to each other, and that's, and one of them's, for our surgery center, and that's just kind of how it's been set up. And it's not really a hindrance at all because those folks that have access to the EMR at the surgery center, they have access to our other EMRs as well. So, they kind of look back and forth.
Okay. And you said some of them don't talk to each other. Could you give me an example? What does that look like? Sorry.
Yeah, like we have Onco EMR, which is a Flatiron product. It doesn't talk to HST, which is our surgery center electronic medical record.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So you said it's not working great, but it's not a hindrance. So it sounds like it's not slowing things down. It's not wasting time.
Not to my knowledge, no. And I don't work directly with the surgery center, so I'm not 100% sure.
No, that's fine. I thought I'd just be brave and obviously see how much knowledge or what you might be able to shine.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling.
Yeah. What did you mean when you said hindrance? Then what did you mean by that? So it's not a massive hindrance.
Hindrance. Yeah, it's not like a huge issue. We have folks that look through these things and audit these things, and we catch these things before they're issues, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Okay. So no, when you talk to the team, none of them sound stressed out. There's not like a backlog of patients.
Everybody's stressed out in healthcare. If you're not stressed out in healthcare, you're not doing it right.
you're in the wrong profession. Okay.
Exactly.
Stick with me on that one. When you say everyone's stressed out, what does that look like?
Well, we work at a cancer center, and so we build relationships with our patients over time, and sometimes things don't go the right way, and so that can stress especially our nursing team out and our secretaries out because they're working to get these folks in and hoping for a good outcome, and sometimes it doesn't happen. So that's just one aspect, and we're also extremely busy, unfortunately but fortunately, and so that adds an additional stress, and not really anything to do with our systems. It's just how our healthcare system is set up and getting people into appointments and worried about prior authorizations for imaging and chemos and all those things.
Yeah, obviously it's a very sensitive issue, so it sounds like it can be difficult at times.
Yeah.
Okay. And then can I ask a bit of a tricky question?
Sure.
I guess if you had to rate the patient intake system and the procedures out of 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, oh my God, this is awful, and 10 being, it's actually pretty good. What would that look like for you?
I would say probably an 8 because there's always room for improvement. We utilize, like I said, Salesforce. We receive referrals from primary care physicians and such. And from there, we input that into Salesforce, and we have a team that inputs it into our source of truth, G4 Unlimited. And from there, that crosses over to our EMRs, and we schedule the patients, and we go from there. So patients have the capability of filling out paperwork online or filling out paperwork that we send to them in the mail, and they bring it in, and their journey starts from there.
Interesting. 8's pretty good. How come you didn't say 10?
Yeah. There's always room for improvement.
Okay.
No, I mean, there's sometimes, like right now, we're started a new process where in the past the referring provider was not receiving communication in a timely fashion, especially for our urology service line, as far as when we've received a referral.
There we go.
And so we started a process with that where we send a text message to the patient letting them know, hey, we have received your referral. We will be in contact with you in a couple of days to get you scheduled. And that same message goes to the referring provider via fax.
Okay.
And we have a business intelligence team that sets up a lot of this stuff for us.
Mm-hmm. And I guess if you had to paint this and it looked like a 10, what would that look like?
It would look like every single thing that we do in one system. And I don't know if that's possible.
Okay. And if I said it was possible, what would you tell a British stranger on the other end of the phone?
I would say that you don't understand the complexity of chart type.
No, I might not, and I don't want to agree with you. Okay. Well, I guess there's loads in this. So thank you for being so honest. Obviously, I don't know
Yeah, of course.
about you at this point, but I guess based on some of the things you've said.
And who do you work with?
So I work for a company called Titan Intake. Does that ring any bells?
No.
No. I thought it might not. We've been around a couple of years. We're a software company. We use AI to help kind of reduce wasted visits and optimize those problems that we were talking about. I guess at this point, obviously, I don't know enough about you. I don't know if it would be a fit for you, but I guess if we could help get that 8 to a 10, is there any reason why we couldn't sit down at some point next week, run through what we do and see if we could help optimize some of those systems for you?
To be honest, right now, we're kind of in a situation where, I'm sure you've heard of the Change Healthcare issue, the hack. And so we're a little bit behind on our revenue stream. And so right now we're not really looking to add any vendors just due to the cost out of pocket. And I'm sure there's associated costs with your service because you're calling me with some sales tactics. So I to be honest, I would be open to looking at the system and seeing what it's about, but not next week, probably sometime in June.
Sometime in June. Okay.
Yeah.
June's very.
If you want to shoot me an email, shoot me an email if if you guys have a brochure or whatever, what you guys offer, your links, and then I can review that and then coincide with you via email and figure out what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. June's very specific. What makes you say June?
Just right now, I'm working through budgets and I'm really busy. I was out part of last week and the week before, and so I just don't have time to do it right now. There's other priorities, and I'm just a straight shooter, so I'm gonna tell you how it is.
I love it. No, I love it. Straight down the line. Okay. Well, I guess that there's a couple of different ways we could take this. If you were me right now, what would you want me to go away and do? What's the best? Obviously, I don't know if we can help you. Some of the things you've said, I think we might be able to help, but I don't want to promise anything. Obviously, with it being a piece of AI, it'd be great to show you how we do that. But obviously, I don't want to waste your time if it doesn't feel like it's relevant.
Yeah, like I said, just email me some information about it, and then I'll respond and kind of pick a day in June, a tentative date that we can kind of do a brief demo.
Okay, brilliant. Let me just confirm your email for you. What's that for me?
Is he going to book? I'm about to see a guy book. I think I am.
Amazing. Right, I've got that down. When would be best to put something in tentatively for you, and we can talk over email?
Just go ahead and send me an email so I can look through my calendar and I'll respond that way.
Okay, that's absolutely fair. Can I ask one last weird question before I let you go?
Sure.
If I send you over an email and I don't hear back from you, what would you like me to do next?
Just email me again. Double email.
Okay, I'll double it. And if I don't hear back from you, I'll assume that you've looked at it and you thought, actually, this British clown can go away.
Yeah, potentially.
Potentially. Okay. Right, I'll send something over. If I double email you and I don't hear back from you in a couple of weeks, are you happy for me to call you again, or would you rather me not chase you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, brilliant.
That's not a problem.
Can I ask one last weird question? I know I pushed my luck. I've got one last really weird one.
Go ahead. It's your last one though.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, what are the chances that you think I'll ever hear from you again?
I'm interested to see the product just because I like to expand my knowledge. So I would say 7.
7. Okay, I like those odds. It's been lovely speaking to you today, and I'll email you straight away.
All right. Have a great one.
Take care, my man. Bye bye. Did I do it justice? I wasn't bothered about booking the meeting. It was more, can we solve that man's problems?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right. Well, we'll hand you over.
There was a bit
email.
where it felt like you hit a point where you got him. You were going down every path, and then he was like, "Yeah, that bit's all on facts," and it's kind of me and Dylan were going like this.
It was fun. It was sweet. It was nice. And there's 4 minutes left. We both had a nice conversation. You with Barb, me with Anas.
Yeah, there's pipeline. Not pipeline. Yeah, there's opportunities there on the callbacks, emails. There's things going at the top of the funnel. Not quite a meeting from either, but you know what? We bloody tried our hardest, didn't we?
We tried so hard. So we will pass that data over to you. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun on the live cold calling show. We'll be back. If you want to join our school community, we've just launched that. Drop me or Zach a message, and we will get you in the community where you can get better at sales day by day.
Rachel, how did we do? Be honest.
For having 10 minutes of context, exceptional. I learned a lot just on the tactics, and I love the lightness and the humor kept people on the phone. It was great.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll take that. I'm not going to cry on my way home now. Thank you so much for letting us do this and trusting us, Rachel. That's amazing. And Dylan, thank you as always. If someone is watching this and they think, I want data like that, I want to be speaking to people who have the pains that we are trying to solve, what should they be doing?
Oh, yeah, that's us. You can find me or my co-founder, George, on LinkedIn. I think, or on this cold call show, I think we might have a link for you. But yeah, hit us up. We're Open Box AI. And if you want to get in conversations with people like Barb and that other person that we talked to, so that's what we do over here. So hit me up and let's have a chat.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Have a lovely
Thanks, y'all.
Wednesday.
Good job, guys.